Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Hugo Bernal, in the Mexican Soccer Podcast. You can follow me at Hugo Deportes anywhere you can find me. But today we're in episode 214. That's 214. That's crazy amount of numbers here with the Mexican Soccer Podcast. We're joined by El Buen Super Mojado. He's using a new mask. Congratulations, El Buen Super Mojado. He says that with that new mask, he looks más guapo. You guys tell. I don't know if you guys want to send the comments there. We'll see if he looks más guapo o sigue igual de feo. And also we're joined by Samara. How are you, Samara?
Bueno, hey guys, what's going on? Gracias. Happy to be joining you guys on another episode. I like that number, 214. And I like Super's new mask as well.
¿Se ve más guapo o no? You tell us.
It's a really nice color. But, I mean, Super looks better.
That's a good way to put it. Thank you. That says a lot. ¿Se ve más guapo?
Se ve bien, aquí, de aquí.
¿Cómo andas, mi Super? Se le aprieta el mute, brother. Mute. ¿Qué pues? Máscara nueva y se pone nervioso.
Okay, ya, ahora sí. It's my skin. It's my skin, guys. It's not a mask.
Flawless.
Te digo que don't put her on the spot, Hugo. Come on, man.
Okay. No Samara, I just want to let you know that this is a free podcast. This is the land of the free, home of the brave. So you can say whatever you want. Le puedes decir horrible, feo, hediondo, lo que quieras. You can say whatever you want.
Es mi fan número uno. Come on.
Hey, Super is a favorite of the show, and I like today's mask. So, las otras, más o menos. No, just kidding. No, but this one's one of the best ones that you've come up with, Super.
Thank you.
Todo el diseño and everything, very unique.
I'm waiting for a shirt like that, Super, una campera de esas Pumas que traes al Tri Online. Samara, have you got any gear from el Tri Online?
I have some polo shirts. I got like a gray one and a black one. So, yo sí tengo. What about you? You don't have any?
No, a mí me
mandan. Se nos olvidó mandarle al host.
Yeah.
Híjole.
Si me mandan una, son marca Patito allá de San Juan de Dios, de Tepito, por allá.
We're going to have to talk to some sponsors. I don't know.
He has them. He just, he's embarrassed to say that he keeps forgetting to put them on.
No. Me la mandan XS. ¿Sabe quién que me la ponga? No está viendo lo panzón que ando. Qué banda. All right. So let's get going. Let's get down to business. Let's see if El Buen Edwin is going to join. We'll see, because he got some good news every once in a while. But if not, we'll deal with it. Fernando, he's not here today, so we cannot.
Está agüitado.
¿Le partieron su mandarina en gajos o qué? What happened?
No, it's because
they tied, right?
Yeah, they had a chance to defeat Atlas. They missed the PK, and then they ended up giving away the victory in like the last few minutes. Al minuto 87 actually. Minuto 87 they tied the game. So he asked, iba a venir aquí todo celebrando otra vez, como si ya hubieran ganado el campeonato, but he knew.
Nah, but he's gonna come out with tenemos un expulsado. I'll take it.
He'll take the draw, but
yeah.
But there's other teams that are doing way worse, guys.
Si no, pregúntale al apagafuegos de what's his name, Rubén Ovar Romano. Y se va a Mazatlán. Digo, con todo respeto, peligroso Mazatlán. Vamos a ver qué tal le va. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so let's take a look at the results. Actually, let's take a look at the results from week 5. As we all remember, Atlas had to play on Wednesday because they had a pending game against Toluca. They draw 0-0. Friday we started with 1-1 Necaxa Cholos. Mazatlán perdió contra Juárez. Pachuca le gana a su hermano. To me, that's I don't know. I still hate multipropiedad, but anyways. Diego Lainez debuta.
Son
But it's
diferentes.
what? They draw. That's it. No.
You
They gotta come up with this crazy rule.
You didn't hear
What,
that the son is leaving the organization.
Oh yeah,
he's going
yeah,
on his
yeah.
own. So it's now it's completely different. Now they have.
Oh yeah, because it's a different level in the family tree. So that's how it works. What a ridiculous thing to say. But anyways, Diego Lainez debut with Tigres. He had one to score and he missed it.
Yeah,
they beat Cruz Azul. Is Cruz Azul getting a new coach? Because I've heard
that not
yet.
Palencia,
well, that's what the rumors are saying, that possibly yes, Paco Palencia.
America draw against Santos. San Luis 2-0 against Puebla. As we said on Sunday, 2-2 Pumas Atlas. Las Chivas. ¿Qué pasó, mi super? El guacho, con casi un autogolazo, un errorzazo.
El gacho.
Anyways, who scored the equalizer, by the way, on Chivas? I just saw it.
Was it Mayorga? I think
Mayorga.
Maybe, yeah.
And then, but you know what? Do you remember that when un super clásico? I think it was last year. I forgot which tournament. They
he had a good game.
No. When Chivas scored a goal, that Ochoa managed to save it, but he took it out it was a big controversy when the ball was a lot of people said that it was in, and then they didn't give it to Chivas, and now that they're in the opposite end of the situation, they say yes, it's a goal when it's not really clear. I didn't see a good
there was a good angle.
Take good angle where they show that the ball crossed all the way.
I mean, to be honest, I think it's 2023. Liga MX makes a ton of money. They should have the technology. They should.
Yes.
I mean, which one do you think is the worst stadium out there? Juarez, maybe?
Stadium?
I don't know. I've never been.
No, you know what? A lot of people
stadium. To have the technology, I'm saying, because you need some cameras. What was that?
For technology, I don't know.
No. Because I don't know. To be honest, I'm not an expert in this matter, but I'm thinking that you need a infrastructure in the stadium in order to have this technology of the goal technology. So I'm saying. Exactly, whatever you need. I think they're like 18 cameras or something. So and you cannot be installing it everywhere you go or on the go. They have to be there permanent. But I mean, and I'm pretty sure this operation will be millions of dollars. Who knows? But
they can make it happen.
Exactly.
They can make it happen. Yes.
And you don't have these shenanigans going on, especially in stadiums like Akron, stadiums like Estadio Azteca, stadiums like in Monterrey. Come on, give me a break. You have to have that technology. It's Liga MX. You want to be a top Liga in the world. You want to do the stuff you can, at least, like that's the stuff where you can have it. I just want to remind everybody who's joining us right now, leave your comments, send your messages. We'll be reading them here live. And we can read them. So what do you think of that, Samara? Do you think they should spend the money on the technology?
Yeah, they definitely need to invest the money on technology. But even though they have some technology, like for example with the VAR, they still make mistakes. But I have seen the Ojo de Halcón and other technology where the ball is crossing the line, and with those cameras they're able to dictate if it was a goal or not. But Liga MX needs to invest in that. Like you mentioned, if they want to be at the top notch in comparison with other leagues, then definitely they shouldn't be paying all this money for the players and should invest it in maybe some technology instead.
If it would have been Spain against Japan, which I was at that game, it wouldn't be a goal. It didn't go the whole thing. You still see la pancita así adentro en el poste. I don't know. It's my opinion, and not because it's Chivas. I think when the technology does this thing, and then they just do it. That's it. There's no discussion about it, right? It says El Volcán is the best stadium with their wonderful toilet situation.
What?
Context, because
Can
I
you
do not
elaborate,
know
please?
that one. Exactly. Can
Who's
you
that?
give us the
Agustin?
context?
Okay, so I've been to Volcan, right? It's like the only stadium in Mexico that I've been to, and I've always heard about problems with the restrooms. And I know like Monterrey fans have said like, oh, at least we have better
Good
restrooms
toilets.
than Volcan, yeah, better toilets. So I don't know the situation, but I think I remember there was not too long ago a situation where they had porta potties or something like that. I may be wrong, but
Okay. When you
yeah,
went to the stadium, did you go to the bathroom or no?
I did on one occasion, but it was I mean it was a normal bathroom. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean
Didn't have
for the
the-
women's.
I've been
I don't
to
know for
that
the
one.
men's. I didn't get to like
I've
walk
been to. I
around
mean,
They
and I'm sure.
research
I'm sure.
they
mostly
didn't
for
have
men.
like those concrete built toilets, or
Yeah, no. I
do
think
they have
for
like
men, I think I recall. I don't know, Regio fans, Agustin, you might know, but I went there. Long time ago. El Tilón Chávez was playing for Monterrey, so it has to be 2002, 2001.
Mhm.
For men, the urinal was like a big slab of concrete, and everybody would just there bumping each other's shoulder.
like
Who do we got
oh,
here?
whoa! Halloween came early this
Oh,
year.
he would know. He knows. He knows about Monterrey. We got an
Oh
interesting
yeah, there
interesting
you go.
topic.
Let's ask. Yeah.
¿Cómo te llamas? Sí, Edwin. How are you, man? Welcome.
Good. How are you guys?
Good. We have a question.
Dígame.
So, in El Volcán, there's a controversy. We were talking about how there should be technology, like gold technology in all the stadiums in Liga MX, and we were saying which one's the worst stadium right now. We were talking about Juarez, that they might not have the ability to have the gold technology because of the cameras that they need to be installed, whatever. And somebody mentioned Agustin Cano here that he's listening to us. He says El Volcán is the best stadium with their wonderful toilet situation. So we were asking for context on what's happening with El Volcán and the toilet situation.
So I don't know if you guys heard, but there's a current situation in Monterrey where there's usually no water.
No water.
Every
Okay.
now and then.
Yeah.
So because of this, el municipio de San Nicolás is the one that's been most affected, where that's where the Universitario is located at. So it's man, it's an interesting smell, the one that comes out.
Okay, I see. So it's just lack of water, not so much of lack of infrastructure in the stadium itself.
Well, I mean, there is honestly like there has to be the Tigres. I mean, for the amount of money they put on the new players, on the contrataciones, on all this stuff, and it being one of the best aficiones in Mexico. They do deserve a new stadium too. Like, yes, it's their stadium is a little old.
I think it just got approved by the governor, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw too.
Well, it is approved, but the thing is, there's not really space. They don't want to take it out of San Nicolás. They don't want to. They want to redo the stadium. The stadium the way. Let's say, did you guys see how Puebla redo his stadium like little by little in sections, and they did the outside, not really redo the inside, but they upgraded a little more butacas and a little more chairs and all that stuff.
So they want to do like a Santiago Bernabeu thing, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's how the plan for El Estadio Tigres is. The thing is like, how can I put this? So a lot of people that don't want this project to be done because there's already a lot of things going on in that specific area of San Nicolás. So even though it's already been approved by the governor, it's not 100%.
It's a working process. All right, we'll be on the lookout to see what happens in anyways. But anyways, just to give you a welcome question, Edwin, and let's go real quick with this. Because we were talking about Chivas Querétaro goal against Chivas, that it was a little bit of controversy because the ball went in, it didn't go in all the way. We didn't know. Do you think there should be goal technology in all the stadiums in Liga MX?
They should, man.
Why do you think they should?
The reason is there is. I mean, no, not only because like of what's happening lately in soccer games where people have more access to technology and to different angles on TV, different angles on this. It's just soccer has been evolving, in the past couple of years a lot, and I think that if we implement goal technology, if we implement different levels of technology inside the game, it will make it a little more interesting or a little more and un poquito más justo también.
Okay, all right, yeah, fair enough. And we were saying also that there's a lot of money in Liga MX. So if we want to be in a top level as a Liga, they should have the goal technology as other, especially right now with the rivalry with MLS, I think. But anyway, so cry them a river, Super Mojado. It was a goal. It was a terrible mistake by El Guacho. So nothing to do there.
No nickname, El Gacho.
I real quick, just to get over this topic real quick with Chivas, I went over to social media in one of the posts because Chivas were supportive with El Guacho, right? Because
well, they can't come out and say, "Listen, you stink. You get out of here." You know,
he messed up. Yeah,
but
anyways, they were supportive. Which is good, whatever. But then you get to the comment section, and you read many truths. And one thing is, El Guacho is not a top level goalkeeper in Liga MX. Let's just face it. That's the way it is. Do you think he is?
I think he's decent, man. I think he has had some good good
of course.
games.
Otherwise, if he would suck, he wouldn't be there. But yeah,
no, but he's been there. You know, like the problem about a goalkeeper is that you make one mistake and then you're screwed. You know, everybody's like criticizing you, and you make 100 saves and they're like, yeah, he made some saves and but that's it. You know, and
well, let me tell you this. So I was reading the comments and then I thought, well, remember that time when they had Rodolfo Cota and they didn't want to pay him enough for him to stay and he had to go back to León? Rodolfo Cota keeps playing at a good level. He was he the third goalie in Qatar?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if they would have kept him, they would have a solved problem for how many years since 2017?
Well, that was the thing that León or not León se regresó al Pachuca, no? Yeah.
A León.
No, he went back to Pachuca, I believe, because they were trying to Pachuca was trying to sell him for like $12 million at the time. Okay. So Chivas didn't want to pay that, mm-hmm. and unfortunately they made that bad decision and he had to go back. And that's after that he played with Pachuca for a little while and then he went to León.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. He's been a great goalie.
He would be one less problem for Chivas. Who knows? Anyways, Samara, what did you do to Edwin?
Lo desconectó, le quitó
el but from what I was hearing, I was hearing that Chivas fans were kind of like they were chanting "fuera." Oh my God, what's his name?
Guacho.
They were chanting that they wanted to out, right? Mm-hmm, Guacho. So what I see, like what I've noticed, that's the problem with, I guess, I don't know if the Mexican fan base or just us as a whole, that whenever somebody is doing bad, like on one instance, we're like, oh, get them out. But whenever they're doing good, it's like, oh yeah, they're the best, and we put them at this high.
Yeah.
But it's like
I
space for people to make mistakes, and it's like it's the same situation with the head coaches. It's like they lose a few streaks and then they're like, all right, let's get them out. They don't even let them continue their whole process. So with what
it is true,
that's
and for Chivas as well too, it's been the same thing with every goalkeeper that they had. They criticized them, like Luis Mitchell. If you remember Luis Mitchell was, to me, was a great goalie. He's one of the best goalies that I've seen in Chivas.
But he was good.
Yeah,
he
he was
stayed there
good.
for a
No,
while.
con Osvaldo, the same thing. They used to criticize him a lot. You know, and
Nah.
Osvaldo is like one of the, you know.
No. Let me tell you this. And Watcher's a good goalkeeper, and he won a Copa, like for example, and he was a goalie for Copa when they won. But let me tell you this: he's not a top goalie, and when you don't have a top goalie, you get mistakes like this one. See, like Memo
But
Ochoa, I think he had a mistake like that. Memo Ochoa. The
he
thing
has
is,
he has had many mistakes like that.
but
But
he
the thing of
has
it
on
is,
the other side, he's a leader. He has plenty saves every game. He's the goalie for the national team, so that makes up. So when you make a mistake, they don't. First of all, I gotta say this: what Samara was saying, being a goalkeeper is the worst position you can play because one mistake and you're the villain of the story, you
yes,
know.
yes,
But anyways, they are the goalies, whatever. What I'm saying is, he is not a top Liga MX goalkeeper. Let's just face it, the way it is, he is not.
Right.
Otherwise, he would have been in national in Selección
He would have been
Nacional.
called up.
Exactly.
There's
And
better Mexican goalies in the league, and obviously overseas and whatnot. But if Chivas has this problem where they can't pay the players or the goalies a good amount, and they have to resort to like Wacho and other goalies who cost a bit less, then what their situation is just getting worse with Chivas and the players and the goalies and the talent and pretty much the organization as a whole.
Paunovic is saying that it's an equipo under construction.
yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing. When he comes
Chivas,
out and talks, this guy doesn't know. Right there, he shows that he doesn't know anything about this league. You can't come out and say that this league is not like Europe, that he's probably used to. Being there and oh, it's still a lot of games. No, there's not a lot of games. You're almost half into the season. So if you don't start picking it up, you're gonna be out of of the playoffs. So
yeah, he did say that it was still early on in the season, that the team is still under construction, as Hugo mentioned, and then he also said to the fans like not to be as dramatic about the draw. But I feel like the Chivas organization, there's also a huge debate with the players, like, and getting extranjeros. So it's like the identity of the team is, I don't know, maybe getting lost. But what do you guys think if they make that change of getting extranjeros?
It's not gonna happen.
A yes, or is that a no?
It will never happen. I mean, it's
not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like a law. That's it. You
exactly.
don't. And it will. I mean, if you guys remember what Jorge Vergara tried to do back in the day when he tried to go away from like the logo, he tried to make it more simple for mercadotecnia, right? ¿Se acuerdan de ese logo que cambió? And it was very simple, and the fans just like kill him and they criticize him so much that he eventually understood and said, you know what, you're right, this is tradition, we cannot change it, and they brought the logo back because
but
like
with Chivas and the goalie situation, look at Almeida. What he did, as soon as he goes in, let's get a good goalie, Rodolfo Cota. When they went before that, it was Osvaldo Sanchez, the best goalie in Mexico by that time. Every Atlas queda campeón. ¿Qué portero tienen? The Colombian guy, I think he's Colombian, I believe. Terrific goalie. You do need a leader back there. Argentina gana. ¿Por qué? Por el portero.
But that's the thing, Hugo. Chivas has never really had that problem. Every goalie that has come to Chivas is eventually they turn out to be figuras. Le pasó, mira, Luis Michel, Osvaldo Sánchez, Cota wasn't the greatest goalie. That you're gonna tell me, they brought Cota because he was one of the best goalies in Mexico.
He was a selección already.
When
he came to Chivas, he was part of selección.
Every goalie that eventually ends up in Chivas, at one point or another, it turns out to be a selección player.
Yeah, but it didn't happen with el Alto, Gudiño.
Yeah, Gudiño fue a un partido, creo.
Con selección, no, excelente, pero no es portero.
But he made it.
and he had it. He played Champions League. He had Europe in his belt.
Hasta Toño Rodríguez made it to la selección.
See, those three, okay, whatever. You can go. Well, because the Chivas factor. That's because of the Chivas factor. If Toño Rodríguez would have been in Querétaro and doing amazing, there's absolutely no way they call him to Chivas. To selección. So that's the Chivas factor. What I'm saying is, forget about anything. And I don't know if Acevedo, because El Buen Ingleroot is telling us that Chivas should go for Acevedo. I don't know if Acevedo is the option for that. They should have a.
There's been a lot of rumors that there's a possibility for him going to Chivas, and I think that would be good. I mean, he's has shown us that he's a really good goalie. Yeah. So tuvo de maestro Osvaldo Sanchez. So
okay, sounds good. Anyways, this is not the Chivas podcast. Let's move on to the next one. Although we do like it, and el Edwin está aquí para. Y como Samara le va a las Chivas también. Anyway. How about Santos? They draw 2-2 against America. So I don't know. They split points. What do you guys think?
Talking about estafas, right? And then no, I mean, America managed to come back and with controversy again. If you guys saw the image of the PK, that hubo invasión de área by so it should have been they should repeat the PK. So
that's your excuse.
No, it's not an excuse. It's a fact.
Well, the same happened in when in the final of the World Cup, when they score a goal, some people were inside of the field already.
But it has to be the players from the same team, right?
Yeah, but they were when Argentina scored a goal and Messi scored one of the goals. But yeah, I mean, super. That's not gonna happen. Come on, let's just give him credit. Can you give him a little bit of credit?
No.
Thank you.
No,
but anyway, so America stays on top with are they in first place right now?
No, America?
No. America's not. What am I looking at then?
America's in 8th place.
Will be at the top, and then followed by Monterrey. America está en el octavo.
Yes. There you go. I was getting confused here.
Abajito de Chivas.
Abajito.
See, there is.
Yeah, but they've been scoring. They haven't been winning, right? They have like 4 draws at this point. One win against Mazatlan. Like that had to be a win. And it's like America's following this clausura so far, right?
Yeah.
After those 6 goals, though, they said that America was gonna be champion. That's what people were saying, and it's like, hey, come on.
Well, yeah, they say they've been scoring, but 6 goals against Mazatlan. And people, I mean, but even people were saying, okay, Chivas against Querétaro. Oh yeah. Nah, look at that, what happened. And I don't know. Same thing. Querétaro's been same thing. 3 draws, 1 loss.
Yeah.
You can't. And I want to see. I don't know when the next Chivas Mazatlan game is, but I wouldn't be surprised if you get the first victory for Mazatlan. Even though,
oh my goodness, that's how bad the situation is.
If they play in a Lacro Stadium, that might be a chance.
But they haven't even
so
been able to win at home.
Exactly.
They should just play away the whole time.
Yeah, they should. I'm sure we're not gonna play in a Lacron. We're going away all the way.
Yeah, and I'm sure the other teams will be happy because their stadiums will get filled all over the place. You know?
Yeah.
If they play in Tijuana, packed. If they play in Puebla, packed. If they play in Querétaro, packed. Even in Azteca.
Exactly.
There you go. Talking about Azteca, Tigres in the Diego Lainez debut. Did you guys see the social media when he's saying, "Oh, mire el muchachito es guapo," que Gignac it's giving compliments?
Oh yeah, he said that he was good looking.
I don't
was
know. Is
talking
he
about
good
me,
looking?
by
You
the
tell
way.
me.
He
You
was
tell me,
talking about me.
Samara.
Yeah, I think Diego Lainez. I mean, he has a lot of fans, and like I feel like that
I'm
says
sure he
something.
does.
A lot
He's
of
a
girl
professional
fans.
soccer player.
Yeah, but not all the professional soccer
The
players have
question was,
fans
do
like
you
Diego
think
Lainez.
he's handsome? ¿Es guapo o no es guapo?
Yeah, he's good looking.
All
He's
right, all right, all right.
young and
Almost as good looking as me, of course.
Yes, especially with that new mask. I don't know if he has that big of a confidence like in Super Mojado.
super
That's
destacado.
But
that's
anyways,
what that's what he's lacking. Yes, that's what he's lacking.
confidence?
Por eso
Well,
no la rompió en Europa.
nah, we'll see. I mean, I saw a video on Instagram from one guy, and he's saying that Tigres is this special team in Mexico to just turn like burn careers of Mexican players coming back from Europe.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
It's I
Hopefully,
don't think they burn careers. I think that they have the possibilities, and se pueden dar esos lujos de traer a players like that. And that's both teams in Monterrey. I mean, they have the funds,
mhm.
and I just think that it's hard not to say no to them when it,
¿Qué pasó?
when you're like
What
just
happened to
bench.
Salcedo?
Well,
Yeah.
What
cuando
happened
estás
to
nada
Alan
más en la
Pulido?
banca, ya, de todos. Mira, Omar Bravo regresó.
Diego Reyes,
Diego
Carlos
Reyes,
Salcido, they all come back to
Salcido.
Tigres, because they purchase them, they get the opportunity there. Like, what other options do they have? Go to Tigres or go to like a lower team in Liga
No, it is
MX?
true. It
I
is
think
true.
Tigres now it's a very good team. They have one of the top um, players in the league.
Mhm.
So I think that's not a bad option for them to go back to Tigres. And then we see with Diego Lainez, he got the opportunity, as we were talking about in the last show. We were like, oh, is he going to get some minutes? And, we agreed that he was. And, he's getting the opportunity. I did hear in the press conference that Diego Coca was saying that, he's still not maybe ready. He did give him the time, but physically he's still like not 100% yet. So I don't think we're going to see him in the next game coming in getting any minutes, but he's giving him the opportunity. He believes in him. And then I think Diego Lainez had a great game. He created an opportunity there with the pass to Guignac, and como le dicen.
Do you think we're not going to see him at all, or you think we're not going to see him as in the startup line?
I don't think we're going to see him at all in the next 2 games, maybe.
Okay.
But as titular, no. Not in Liga MX. I don't know if any of the other tournaments that Tigres has, but not in a month, maybe. Maybe in 4 weeks we'll see him again.
I don't know, Samara. 2 things here. You said you're a Necaxa fan and you know too much about Tigres. So either you're a Tigres fan down under, or is the El Factor Lainez, and you really think he's really guapo, and then you're just going for it, and you know everything about it because you even heard the conferencia. What were they talking about? El buen Diego Lainez.
No, I have a Tigres insider.
All right, so send them a message on Instagram. We'll see. He might respond then.
I think Samara, I think we are gonna see a little more of him in the next few matches. I mean, they have some very accessible games if you wanna call it that way. And they're playing the next 2 matches at home, so I think that they are gonna wanna like put him on the pitch at home because all of the toda esta
commotion.
Yes, claro, in El Volcán. So I think that we're gonna see him a little more, a few more minutes than what we saw him this week.
Yeah, they have 2 games at home. First one against Pumas, and then against Bravos de Juarez. So I don't know if, in my eyes, I don't see that he's gonna get any minutes for next game. At least maybe a few minutes in Juarez, but we'll see.
Okay. We'll be on the lookout. And what happened to Cruz Azul? There's just that's it. Cruz Azul. We're gonna see Cruz Azul being Cruz Azul again for the next years.
Hey, se desplomó, Se desplomó. They're just No sé qué pasó, si se le acabó la magia al Potro.
They were saying that everybody's blaming Potro, but it's more like Directiva, they were saying. And even Paco Palencia was saying that. And everybody was saying that, or rumor has it that he's being considered as a coach for La Máquina, but he's blaming la directiva de Cruz Azul, which makes complete sense to me because I've seen how Potro works, and I don't think he can mess up that big of that fast with a team like that, especially if there's no support from la directiva. So yeah,
right, and
terrible
it's
news for Cruz Azul.
Not only I would say the la directiva, but also like the players that they have, los refuerzos. You know, I don't think it goes with Potro's system, and you know, with the players that were gonna leave and that they ended up staying. It's just a lot has been happening, you know, inside with Cruz Azul. But the losses haven't been like drastic,
Terrible.
right? It's a 1-0 loss, so
It's
I think he's safe for like maybe the next game or two, but there is rumors, as you guys mentioned, about Paco Palencia maybe taking his place. But then it's like they're, like I mentioned earlier, they're not giving the opportunity to these head coaches, especially when they're Mexican, to continue or at least go one tournament, like
Full
not even
tournament.
the full year, but not even the full tournament. They're not getting that opportunity. So it's the same thing. It's the same pattern. They're gonna keep that repeating with the results that they're expecting. You know, I know Cruz Azul is one of the biggest teams in Liga MX, so that's why I feel like there's a lot of pressure. But there's definitely something going on there with the directiva that we don't know.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
it is. You know what it is. They're playing with players without dreams.
It's okay.
Que no viste que dice se me fue el nombre de este güey. Que le cortaron los sueños. Se le
Aurel Antuna.
¿A quién?
Antuna, que le cortaron los sueños. Le mandó una cartita de amor a Cruz Azul.
¿Al directivo?
Yeah, he posted that letter like, oh, you know, what you did, you cut the dreams of no me acuerdo, pero el chiste es que le cortaron los sueños al pobre Antuna.
Que se ponga a jugar y fue a Qatar, ¿qué más quieres? Es un sueño cumplido y fue de gratis. Anyways, other one, Atlas. Se salvaron los del Atlas. 2-2 against Pumas. They tied in the game in the last minute, right? Pretty much.
Like 84, 86 minutes. Yes, el Pumas, ahora sí que como dijera uno de tus conocidos, Hugo, la tenía y la dejó ir.
No, ya se retira. El buen tirititito. Yeah, I mean, Atlas, I think, I mean, and Super, we both were mistaken when we were talking about Atlas that, yeah, no, they can do as good as they want. They're never going to win the championship, and they win it. It's like, there's no way they're going to repeat. They repeated. But anyways, I think we're getting back to reality again with Atlas. So it was good while it lasted. And I'm not saying it's a different perspective now, because now they know they can, because there's no maldición, let's put it that way. But it's just going to get back. Things are going to be a little bit more normal for that. That's my belief, especially Diego Coca is out. What's happening with Grupo Orlegui, and I'm not saying that there's pressure because there's not from La Liga on multipropiedad, but something has to be done here with Atlas. So I'm sure they can pull out same as Grupo Pachuca. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's my cousin. I've never seen him in my life, and yeah, we're not even from the same family, whatever. And yeah, they can have different teams, but to me, that's just bull. And on the other side, though, I say, I mean, at least they have a good standing team with cash flow and with good infrastructure that makes a good league out of it. It's not a team like Querétaro or Veracruz en su tiempo, where it just destroys the league reputation. But still, they should have more owners. They should make it a good business for investors to come in and try to bid for those teams and try to own those teams, as is happening in the United States, as we all know. Yeah, everybody wants to have their MLS team. Super, do you want to have yours?
Of course. Ya estoy trabajando en las Chivas de Connecticut.
Super bien.
Wow, you're gonna have that team incorporated.
I'm sure Jorge Vergara would.
I have to call him out and see if he's willing
Exacto,
to
él va a
do
continuar
something.
el sueño de su papá de Chivas USA.
Yes.
Aquí el super mojado lo va a hacer
We're
bien
gonna do
hecho, como se tuvo que haber hecho Chivas USA Project.
Las Chivas de Nueva Inglaterra. That's what we're gonna call them.
Wow. Se me eriza la piel. Se me eriza la piel. Fantastic.
No, but
How about,
going back to Atlas just real quick. It's
Sure.
I think they're probably not doing where everybody's expecting, but they're still undefeated. And they got a new coach, Benjamin Mora. I mean, I'm not too familiar with his work that he's done, but I think it's just gonna take como dijo el ¿cómo se llama? Paul el de Chivas, hombre.
Paunovic.
Se me va el nombre.
They're under construction.
Yeah, they're under construction. It's just gonna take a little more to get adjusted. The players to the new
what is it, like
system,
5 more years? That's it.
Hey,
get adjusted. 5-6 years.
Yeah, a ver qué pasa.
In 6-7 years, they'll be ready.
Yeah, they're
70
not doing
years.
too bad. They're still undefeated, as Sur mentioned, and I think they're gonna go in the top 8 for the Liguilla when the time comes.
Okay. ¿En el torneo largo o en el corto? ¿O en el corto de largo? ¿O el largo del corto?
En el corto.
O en el se van a llevar el trofeo de participación.
Okay, good. Good. I want to talk about el hijo pródigo, mi buen Super. Does he belong to Chivas still?
¿Cuál de
¿El
todos?
Messi mexicano?
Trophies?
Oh,
yeah.
No, I think they ended up.
I don't know.
No, I think he does. I think he does.
He does belong to Chivas.
Yes, because he was gonna. They were trying to do something with Pocho Guzman and him going to
Pachuca.
to Chivas and then La Chofis.
Okay.
Pero no sé si eso se concretó. I think that was it had to have been like a loan. Let me see if I can get that information.
But anyway, so he's doing well. Trophies.
Yeah,
He's getting his second win. And I think, ¿cómo se llama el entrenador de Pachuca? ¿Almada?
Yes.
Yes, Almada. It's giving him a confidence boost. Well, no, actually, it's in Almeida. Since earthquakes, San Jose. But what I'm saying in total here, I mean, conclusion is, I'm wondering if Chivas is regretting this at some point, not having him.
They always regret their decisions. I mean, they just, I don't know, man. They always make the worst decisions. I don't know who is making these decisions, but
Super,
what happened?
Let's be honest. Would you keep him in your roster?
I think he was an okay player. What had happened is that they ahora sí que lo subieron a las nubes and perdió el piso. It's just that's what it is, and that's what happens with a lot of Mexican players. A lot of promises, that they los inflan, and then these guys just kind of like se creen ya que son superestrellas when they haven't even achieved some unas ahora sí que metas concretas que son campeonatos, ¿no? And and I don't know. I think that's part of the problem. If people stop like with this over exaggerating porque hacen 2 jugadas de primaria
De sexto.
Sexto año, ¿no? Entonces, o porque se tiraron un golazo, un chiripazo, como le decimos en el barrio, ¿no?
No, he would make a decent goal, but I mean, you would see just una pincelada every once in a while. Now he's being more consistent. Same thing in San Jose. He was being consistent. So my thing here is Chivas is probably not knowing how to handle players like him, which I don't think is Chivas' fault. You shouldn't be kindergarten players. They should adapt to the team.
The
But I mean,
problem,
as we all know,
the
what's
problem that I think that arises with players like Javier Lopez is the city that where they're in. You know, their discipline or lack of discipline, like Guadalajara and where with Chivas. I don't think Chivas regrets letting him go, but they just don't know how to handle the players, like you say, and don't know how to like have them strict. You know, they're not supposed to be babysitting them as well. So I agree with your points, but like with Almada, I feel like he's a new ¿cómo puedo decir? Una nueva versión de él. He's like maybe realizing he's a little bit older and he's like has a better mentality going on, and maybe Almada's helping with that, something that Chivas maybe doesn't know how to handle.
And
it's the city's fault. There's too much party in Guadalajara.
It's partial. Yes, it's partial, and because everybody can make their own decisions. You know, just because the city is there doesn't mean that they're gonna go and they have to go do like all these crazy things. And let's remember like what happened in this case. You know, Chofis was part of a group of guys that were like being accused of like sexual assault, right? I mean, this is when corrieron, me parece que a cinco, por ahí, como 5 jugadores that were being accused of that. And unfortunately, you know, él pagó los platos también, los platos rotos. And even though he didn't do it, but he was with that group. And that's a serious, you know, thing. So if you're involved in something like that, or the Chivas as an organization came out and said, listen, we're not going to tolerate that here, and he'll never be a Chivas players again. And I think that, like, you know, for an institution like Chivas to take that stand, I just think it's nothing that you can say, oh, you know, they screw up. I think they took the right decision, and they got to stand behind their beliefs. And
right, I agree. It's the same situation with Pumas and Daniel. You know, it's serious accusations, and what, you know, these players that, like I said, they lack the discipline. So I don't think Chivas regrets it.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the reality right now with Pachuca. They're on top of the league, and they have la Chofis López, and le están sacando provecho al buen Chofis. That's the reality of it. And Chivas, I don't know if they own him or not, but I don't think if he goes back to Chivas, he would do the same as what he's doing right now.
And the thing is that they've done it time and time again. I mean, let's just remember some of the players that they ended up regretting. You know, like Carlos Salcedo, que lo dejaron ir también. He was doing great in Chivas. El mismo Pocho Guzmán, you know, they screwed up. He was part of la cantera, and then he went to Pachuca and he la rompió. You know, hasta Omar Bravo, que era uno de sus íconos, and he left the club a few times, multiple occasions. So it's like
con el Atlas, okay.
El Atlas y con Tigres y con, you know, el Salcido regresó a Tigres en lugar de Chivas.
But he went back and he got the championship with Chivas. It's okay. Anyways, let's take a look at the round 6 schedule. I don't know if we can get the predictions done in time, but this is what's happening. We got Querétaro León on Thursday. Atlas Monterrey, a little bit of a reality check for Atlas, I think. On Friday, we got Puebla. It is, because Monterrey is doing well, and we didn't talk about them, but they're doing well. They beat Toluca, by the way.
Yes.
Second place. Puebla against Mazatlán. Interesting game. Cholos San Luis. Padrísimo el viernes para ver fútbol.
Olvídate, viernes. No me hables.
Ya sé, no sé ni qué voy a hacer. Saturday, we got America Necaxa. Samara es en a dilema. She doesn't know who to support. Tigres Pumas. Wow, vamos a ver cómo le va al buen Fernando con sus Pumas. Juárez, Santos, Pachuca, Chivas. Mira, hablando de el superlíder con el buen mencionado rebaño sagrado.
El Pocho contra la Chofis ahora.
Sí, a ver qué tal les va. And finally, we have the Toluca Cruz Azul on Sunday, desde el mero infierno. Let's get back to the graphic if we can see it. I don't know which one is that game. I think Pachuca has to be.
Pachuca Chivas, man. That's gonna be a really good game. Y luego vamos a ver.
I think Sunday. Sunday's a good game too.
Yeah, Sunday.
It's an okay game. I mean, Cruz Azul is ranking number 17 right now. It's like, I mean, yeah, en el papel puede ser bueno, but
exactly.
The moment,
it used to be a good team.
Maybe the moment is not the best. Yeah.
What else? I mean, because Pumas, Tigres.
I think Pumas Tigres una repasadita ahí.
It could get interesting, and Atlas Monterrey. Besides that, I don't see anything else.
I agree. Those four are like the most interesting ones. But finally we have some interesting games, because the other 5 rounds, they were not too exciting.
We have to see at what time they play on Toluca, because there's a Super Bowl, and if I'm telling you, at least in the US,
they play at noon.
In the same time. All right, so it's earlier. It's earlier than the Super Bowl. All right, so they'll do have some audience in the US. Who has the rights for Toluca? It's TUDN, right? Here in the US.
Yes.
And they're gonna put it on VIX probably, and nobody's gonna see it then.
Probably.
By the way, yeah, we should take sponsors. If anybody wants to sponsor us with a VIX username and password, we'll be so happy to take it. We all use it. we all could use it. Thank you for your support. We'll make sure we would mention you on every show if you provide us with your username and password for your VIX account. It has to be VIX Plus, right? Like the Pro or whatever.
Yes, VIX Plus.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want the free one, because otherwise I can get my own. I think I have a free one already, but exactly. We want to have the Pro thing, the professional one.
The Plus. So many streaming
the Plus
sites now.
Yeah. It's interesting. But anyways, so it's time to go now. Where are we?
Predictions?
Oh, there is. You want to do predictions? Predictions for the Super Bowl. Let's do predictions for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Do you know, Samara? Do you even know who plays the Super Bowl?
Let's switch it up. Yeah, the Chiefs and the Eagles.
All right. El Super no sabe ni qué.
Águilas, ¿qué hora ya van a jugar la América en el Super Bowl también?
Sí, contra los jefes, como dirían los jefes de...
Los jefes de jefe, los Tigres del Norte.
Sí, exactamente. That's
what
it is.
What's your prediction, Hugo, for the Super Bowl?
I go with Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. They take it by 7.
Okay. I'm going with the Chiefs as well, because I think it's funny how last year they had the Philadelphia at the World Series and they lost, and that same day they had Philadelphia from Major League Soccer in the final losing, and now like if Philadelphia Eagles lose, that'll be like 3 consecutive losses for the city and for the major teams. So
yeah,
that's gonna be like a random fact, but I'm going with Chiefs as well. Super.
No, les voy a tener que llevar la contraria. I'm gonna have to pick the Eagles. Well, they're a New England team. I mean, están aquí in Philly, and you know what? It's funny. I think when I arrived to New England, la primera vez, my first winter hat was an Eagles winter hat. So I had no clue what the heck it was. I mean, it was just an eagle.
You thought it was a
And I was,
Mexico.
and now, yes, I was wearing it like, with pride, like a, but I had no clue.
So if they win, you have to wear it for the next show.
Yeah, that was like 30 years ago, Samara.
Okay,
So,
you don't have it.
You were an Águila since day one in New England.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó?
No, pero mira, es que es
Águila de closet.
este tipo de águila.
Simón. What a cute story from El Super Mojado. His first hat in the U.S. was an Eagles hat. Do you still have it?
Nah.
Like
I said, that was 25 years ago, Hugo.
Y desde entonces sigue el Super Mojado.
Cuando nació Samara, imagínate nada más.
Sí.
Anyway, so yeah, it's Super Bowl weekend, but let's stay tuned for whatever's happening in Liga MX. Don't miss the Chivas game or the Pachuca game. So we mentioned Pachuca game, Tigres Pumas, Atlas Monterrey, y Toluca Cruz Azul could be the good ones. We'll see, because nobody cares about Necaxa America or the rest.
Except Samara.
Me.
Samara likes
They're going to draw again.
They're going to draw again. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you whoever for listening. We'll be here next Monday after the Super Bowl and after the weekend. Thank you guys for joining. Last words, Samara, for everybody.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. As Hugo said, we'll be here next Monday with all the recap of round 6 and see who's the new Super Bowl champs, see if our predictions were accurate. But yeah, stay tuned.
Super, ¿algo?
No, esperemos que ya no haga tanto empate this week, so demasiados empates.
To me, I just want for the Selección Nacional to have a coach. Hopefully we can have a name by next week.
Maybe by Christmas.
I hope. And then I just want to give a shout out to el Vasco Aguirre que le ganó al Real Madrid, ¿no? Los extranjeros. Why not? I just don't like el Real Madrid, that's why. But anyway.
Y el cepillazo que le dieron al Chaquito, ¿eh?
Ándale también, exactamente. Sí, hablaremos de los extranjeros para la próxima. Seguro separamos un slot ahí para hablar de ellos. Bueno, pues estamos hablando. Síganos en redes sociales. We'll be there. El Trío Online. And we'll be here. Coman frutas y verduras. Nos vemos en la próxima.